All right, so if you've maybe thought artificial intelligence is, just for tech geeks,
Yeah.
maybe think again. AI is really starting to change, well, everything around us. And the buzz is that the next 5 years, they're going to be pretty mind-blowing. Today, we're doing a deep dive. We're looking at this really interesting YouTube video from AI Uncovered. It's called Why the Next 5 Years of AI Will Astonish Everyone.
Hmm.
And our mission here is to unpack why AI seems to be at this major turning point, why it's getting ready to change everything in pretty much every type of job. By the end of this, you should have a much clearer picture of why AI's evolution is expected to astonish, well, everyone.
It really is an amazing time, isn't it? We're hoping to help connect some dots for you today, show how these pretty deep transformations are starting to play out.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The video highlights 9 key areas, 9 places AI is set to really shake things up. And as we go through them, maybe think about how this stuff could impact your world, directly.
Sounds good. Let's start with number one, AI and machine learning transforming the scientific method. For a little while now, there's been this sort of quiet concern, a feeling that maybe scientific progress has been slowing down a bit. Part of that is just the sheer resources needed. Time, money, massive brain power for that traditional research path. But AI and machine learning, they offer a real ray of hope here. They could let scientists make breakthroughs much faster. The key thing is AI's ability to look at absolutely massive amounts of data, finding hidden connections, spotting patterns, stuff that might be way too tricky or just too big for us humans to spot on our own.
Right? Imagine, humans had their ideas, right? Then computers came along, helped expand on that. Now you add AI into the mix. Suddenly, humans and AI working together, they can tackle huge, complex ideas, problems we couldn't even properly frame before. Like a massive power-up for science. Some people are even calling it a potential new golden age of science on the horizon. Okay, so moving from breakthroughs to maybe the pace of everyday things. Number 2, speed of life. Think about being part of any big group, a company you work for, maybe, or even government, a nonprofit. Lots of decisions happening all the time. Well, AI is being brought in now as these super smart computer helpers. The goal, making decisions much, much faster than before.
Exactly. It's basically like pressing the fast forward button on how things get done inside these big organizations. And for us in our everyday lives, it means we might just notice things happening more swiftly. Customer service, transactions, maybe even getting permits. AI could speed up a lot of those background processes. All right, next up, number 3, computer vision advancement. So computer vision, that's essentially giving machines the ability to, well, see, to understand pictures and videos kind of like we do, and this area is advancing incredibly quickly.
And the practical uses are, well, huge, aren't they? You think about self-driving cars getting safer because they can see and interpret their surroundings better, or security cameras being smarter, keeping an eye on things more effectively. And in healthcare, helping doctors understand medical images like x-rays or scans with more detail.
Yeah, finding things maybe the human eye might glance over.
It really boils down to machines getting sharper eyes, making the world hopefully safer and definitely more efficient. Now, here's one that often surprises people. Number 4, enhanced creativity. AI is actually getting really good at creating things. We're talking art, music, even writing. Sometimes it's getting genuinely hard to tell if something was made by a human or, a machine.
Right. AI can compose music that honestly sounds like it came from a talented musician, or generate paintings, digital art that looks like it could hang in a gallery.
But it's not just about imitation, is it?
No, not at all. What's really exciting here are the opportunities for teamwork, collaboration between people and machines. Imagine a human bringing their unique creative spark, their vision, and then AI adds its own kind of computational creativity, its ability to generate options maybe. It starts to blur the line, blending the best of both worlds. It's a really interesting space. Shifting gears a bit, let's look at the bigger picture geopolitically. Number 5. AI will become a pillar of foreign policy. This is serious stuff. Governments are making or planning to make really significant investments in AI. You hear people like the U.S. Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, talking about it. There was the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence laying out recommendations. The thinking is that AI is absolutely crucial now for ongoing economic strength and for maintaining global leadership. It's seen as that important.
It's really positioned as pivotal, isn't it? Something that will genuinely shape the future path of nations. It's moved beyond just tech development into core national strategy. And speaking of big global issues, number 6, AI potentially helping solve the climate crisis. We all know climate change is a massive challenge. And sometimes the policies we have, like carbon pricing, face, well, hurdles. They don't always get us where we need to go fast enough. So one idea floating around is using AI to power these complex prediction markets based on huge amounts of environmental info, taking a much broader look at everything that's interconnected.
Yeah, and to do that effectively, you need something pretty sophisticated. People are talking about building twin Earth simulations. Think incredibly detailed computer models of our planet. They need a constant stream of up-to-the-minute data and, frankly, enormous computing power. The goal is to let the AI pick up on really subtle trends, things our human senses or existing models might just miss entirely.
Like what kind of things?
Well, for example, helping with carbon dioxide sequestration efforts. AI could create models that assess the risks much better, predict what might happen next, maybe even foresee unintended consequences down the line. It's almost like having a high-tech crystal ball for environmental interventions, helping us make smarter choices. Okay, let's bring it back to the individual level. Number 7, personalized medicine. This has been a goal for a long time, right? Ever since we first decoded the human genome. But it hasn't quite fully happened yet in everyday practice. AI could be the key to finally unlocking it. We're talking about creating truly personalized treatments for patients, tailoring therapies to each specific individual, and potentially doing it in almost real time, which could lead to much faster, much more precise medical help.
Exactly. And it's not just about making treatments better for those who already have access. AI could potentially help reduce some of those health inequalities that persist. By understanding all that complex data, our bodies, environment, lifestyle, diet, maybe it can help tailor solutions even where resources are scarcer. All right, next up, number 8, AI enabling next-gen consumer experiences. You hear buzzwords like the metaverse, maybe cryptocurrencies. Well, AI is often the magic behind the scenes, making those things actually work or work better.
For sure. Think about learning. AI can massively speed up learning processes, especially in simulations, like virtual driving miles for self-driving cars. AI helps them learn faster than racking up real-world miles alone. And for things like blockchain, crypto, decentralized finance, AI is almost essential to understand complex real-world financial activities and manage risks or detect fraud in those new systems.
So AI is the engine making these future experiences possible.
Pretty much. And the prediction is over the next 5 years, AI will just make all of this even smoother, more integrated, more powerful. Okay, which brings us inevitably to the last point, number 9, AI law. Because as AI gets more powerful, more embedded in everything, it naturally raises some tricky ethical questions, right? And that makes using it more complicated for organizations. Well, you're seeing different laws pop up, city level, state level, federal level, especially in places like the US. It creates this patchwork quilt of regulations. It just makes the legal landscape for operating AI systems more complex.
Yeah, and it forces us to talk about the really important stuff. Things like keeping our personal data private, making sure AI systems aren't, biased against certain groups of people, and figuring out who's responsible when an AI makes a mistake, maybe a serious one. Finding that balance, pushing innovation forward while making sure things are fair and someone's accountable. That's going to be a huge deal in the AI world moving forward, a really big conversation. So, wow, we've covered a lot of ground there, from science, creativity, global politics, climate, all the way to our personal health and digital experiences. The potential impact of AI across the board is, well, it's genuinely astonishing, just like the video title suggested.
It really is. And if you try to connect all these dots, think about the bigger picture. The sheer scale of the changes AI seems to promise over just the next 5 years. It's not just about new gadgets or faster computers. It feels more like a fundamental shift. How we live, how we work, maybe even how we imagine what's possible for our future. And that really raises a pretty important question for everyone listening, I think. As this landscape changes so quickly, what part will you play in it all?
That is a powerful thought to end on. What does all this mean for you? Maybe take a moment to think about how these shifts might impact your daily routine or your job, or even just the way you think about solving problems, big or small. Because this astonishing future of AI, it isn't just coming someday, it's actively being built right now, and we're all part of that story unfolding.